Hello everybody, we're live from Bob's Walk for Cancer Research as Gary is completing his final 2 kilometers.
I'm Ellen Besner, and this is the CJN Daily, sponsored by Metropia.
He is in Vancouver. He's on Thurlow Street. Gary, a few inspirational words to people watching online.
It's over!
Well, he made it. A couple of weeks ago, we brought you the story of 79-year-old Vancouver businessman and philanthropist Gary Averbach. He was walking across the Rockies to raise money for cancer research. He told us he was doing about 25 kilometres a day or more, battling ice and snow in the Rockies when he left Calgary on June 25th. And then he headed west when he started battling blazing heat. But the founder of Belmont Properties has made it home to Vancouver with an emotional reception at the end of his long 1,000K walk. Averbach expects he'll raise about $500,000 for cancer research in memory of his cousin and partner Bob Golden and other family members and friends he lost in the last year. I'm out of the office for a few more days, but we're bringing you this encore presentation of our interview with Gary from the BC interior at the end of July. Gary Averbach keeps up the brisk pace as he marches along the shoulder of the Trans-Canada Highway in British Columbia. It's pretty scary when those big 18-wheelers whiz by him, but the Vancouver real estate developer and philanthropist is getting used to the danger. He's covered over 1,000 miles so far since he left Calgary at the end of June to raise money for cancer research. Today, he's 3/4 of the way to the finish line in Vancouver. He hopes to make it there by mid-August. Averbach is 79 years old. He turns 80 this fall, and his goal is to collect $500,000. It's a promise he made last summer to his late cousin and business partner, Robert Golden, who told him to do this the very day before Golden passed away from bone cancer. So Averbach has been battling 40-plus degree temperatures this week. He walks a half a marathon a day or more. He's already gone through 6 pairs of shoes, but don't tell him he's like Steve Fogno or Terry Fox.
I mean, and Terry, listen, with that pun, who couldn't love him? But no, I don't compare myself, and I get upset with people who even insinuate that I might.
Gary Averbach is head of Belmont Properties in Vancouver, and he's been a prominent volunteer with the Jewish community for many years. He always wanted to tick a walk like this off his bucket list, but after his cousin's death, he went on to lose 2 other cousins and also his housekeeper to cancer this spring, so he decided to turn his personal challenge walk across the Rocky Mountains into a memorial fundraiser. We found Gary Averbach in his motel alongside the Trans-Canada Highway at Boston Bar, BC. It's south of Lytton, and he just completed another daily walk. So let's do this, and then maybe, I don't want to take up your whole rest time. I know that you probably need to have your schluff, so...
Just a shower is what I really need.
Okay.
I'm full of dust on the road. And
you have a good suntan, that's for sure. You literally just got off the road, right, from today's walk. How many kilometers did you manage to get in before it was too hot?
Only about 24, which is like I try to do at least 25, and I've been averaging 27. But when the temperature just rose and rose, and then I knew I had to be back here. That was my excuse, but it really was way too hot today to continue walking.
When you started to train, I imagine you had certain ideas of what would be the challenge. Would it be the geography? Would it be the boredom? Would it be the weather? Now that you're sitting in your quiet, hotel room today, what are the top challenges do you think it has been to do this feat for the summer of those 3?
Before we hit the desert, I would have said the challenges were the mountain hills and the cold. It was cold, single-digit cold in Banff and to the mountains, and I hated it because quite often it would rain But it was what it was, and but it's gorgeous country. But I was really looking forward to the warmth. Now I sort of figure somewhere in between would have been nice. The heat is. I trained in Palm Springs for 15 days, and temperature is very like this, but I don't know why it's different. it is different. It's much more draining here.
How have you rearranged your walking schedule then in order to accommodate this new challenge? I know maybe the
Well,
hours. Can you describe?
We got up at 4 o'clock this morning you got to start early because after afternoon, it really gets hot. I mean, there's no shadows at all. So you're walking in directly under the sun, and that makes it tough.
You have much beautiful pictures, but what has been the most thing that's touched you the most so far as you've seen this part of the country from the ground and not from a car?
The patriotism, it almost chokes me up because I really, I didn't expect to see ranches with multitude Canadian flags. No, we're not talking on Canada Day. This is like just a week ago. Even Alberta, you hear about alienation. Well, we do more with our BC. I didn't see the Alberta flag, but I saw Canadian flags everywhere. And of course, we were in Banff on Canada Day, and that really did surprise me. But you sort of get the feeling that maybe it's media hype about this Western alienation. There's a good reason for it. There's no doubt about it. I sympathize with a lot of the Western alienation, but there's you don't see the feeling that people are unhappy about Canada. They're just maybe unhappy about the people running it. That's, I think, more. So that was the main surprise. I have to think again about other surprises, but largely that I've never been I won't say I'm a right winger. I've never been a tree hugger or a active environmentalist, but I can see a lot of reason to be concerned. There certainly was effects of climate change. We had a horrible spring this year, and then last winter, and then the flooding. We're not doing enough, but I get the feeling that maybe if people protested less and looked for solutions more, it's one thing to protest the pipelines, but you're not going to. Why don't you look for a solution to fossil fuels? Rather than protesting fossil fuels, if the energy spent on protesting it was spent more on looking for solutions. It's just like I'm walking for cancer. Okay, now I could go and pick at a tobacco, a pharmacy that sells tobacco. BC still has tobacco and pharmacies. I could go pick at those things, but what good would I be doing really? But looking for raising money for a solution to cancer, that's what the thing, and that's the thing that I was there. There are solutions needed. I see these trains 2 or 3 kilometers long of tankered cars. Why are they there? Because we can't get enough oil to the West Coast, because there aren't enough pipelines. So that's a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, if one of those trains, just like what happened in Quebec, was about 15 years ago, that could happen so easily. Just because people have delayed the pipeline that could now be delivering oil, not just to us, but to earn money to pay for some of the things that we need, like better health care.
A lot of people probably, and you probably too, watch Terry Fox walk through Canada, Steve Fagno, and I'm sure they were the cancer patients, not you. So there's
no comparison. Right? I don't even compare myself. I've got 2 legs. I'm in good health. I'm only walking 1/5 of what they did, and they were true heroes. Even Steve Fagno had some character flaws. What I'm doing is something that first of all was just a bucket list thing. I decided 5 years ago, because I walk a lot. And I walk for recreation around Stanley Park, and it suddenly struck me, if I did this every day, I could get to Calgary in 2 months. And so I said, that's going to be my goal before I'm 80. And I talked to my friends; they all thought I was an idiot, and that I wasn't serious. But I never thought of doing it for charity. I thought of doing it just because I could. And I don't know if you've heard the story. My cousin partner, he was going to take the needle the next day, and so I came to kiss him goodbye. And he, in front of his whole family, he grabbed my hand and said, "I want you to do the walk for my cancer." And the rest is history. That's how it became Bob's Walk.
Are you having fun still? It's a big slog now. You're almost on the way home now. There's a little bit left. Is it still fun?
Not as much as it was, not these last couple of days with the heat, but otherwise, yeah, it has been fun. I have had a chance to do a lot of thinking, about my life and what my priorities should be, and it's been good. It's been good because, like I said, when I'm walking, I don't walk with company. I have a lot of time to think, and 80 is only a number, but on the other hand, it's an important number. And it's time that I decide what I want to do with the rest of my, dozen or so years. Because the insurance that I took an insurance policy in our company, and I now find according to adjustment, I will live to 92 or 93, according to adjusters. Well, I'll worry about that in 10 years. See what it is then. But
I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible. 80 is the new 60, especially how you feel now. Is there anything else you wanted our listeners and viewers to know about or understand before we end?
I really think the key to staying alert and stuff like this is always have something that you look forward to. You always have something planned for it, whether it's a vacation, whether it's looking forward to your youngest grandson's bar mitzvah that you don't want to miss that, or your granddaughter's wedding. Always have something that really you got to think about and look forward to, because as long as you're looking forward to something, I think that makes life meaningful. The day you have nothing to look forward to, you might as well call it a day.
Well, I want to wish you an advance happy birthday. My birthday is October 11th, so we're kind of 1 day apart here, so we're pretty close, right?
Yeah.
But a couple of decades in between. But I think this is great. We'll put the link in the show notes to how people can follow you, how people can donate, even up until your birthday. It'll be open, right? The link?
Yeah. I'm not going to close the link till my birthday. Although we're pretty sure now that we will achieve my goal of 500,000.
That's what Jewish Canada sounds like for this episode of the CJN Daily, sponsored by Metropia. Integrity, community, quality, and customer care. Thanks for listening to the CJN Daily.